picking up Barbie dolls instead of picking up Lego and using your hands. So it probably goes back to a very, very young age.
And do you have a personal story that got you kind of behind this idea?
Probably having to hear all my female friends tell me about their experiences at work, just like, you know, having strippers in the office and, you know, like very inappropriate stuff, being hit on by their boss at office parties, and I'm like, this is just so not okay.
Right.
And now I understand why women don't want to work in tech. So, you know, I embarked on this long project, and those are some of the conclusions that I came to.
Did you use the female restroom at Zappos? Did you see how nice that was?
No.
Oh.
I didn't.
Tell me, so tell me, how do people, like, I mean, you're a reporter, like, you're always, like, probably getting hounded for people to, for you to write about them, but how should startups, especially, like the kind of people that watch this show, approach a reporter? I mean, should they blindly email, and what's your whole thought process around that?
Yeah, that's a really great question. And startups, that's probably the number one thing that I get asked is, you know, how do I communicate what I do in a way that makes me stand out, especially in like very crowded markets, and how do I talk to reporters? And I think a lot of that is just trying to be yourself. So probably one of the worst things that you can do is hire PR too soon, especially an agency. So, you know, if you're looking for funding, you wouldn't hire an agency to go and talk to investors on your behalf. So don't do that with press, because it just looks like you don't really care if you're, you know, telling someone else to do it for you. And that person who's your mediator doesn't, you know, have the same passion that you have to represent your company. So I would say, you know, just reach out to that reporter as a person, show them why you care, tell them your story, because it's not just about the product, it's also about you, and just appeal to them on a very human and emotional level.
All right, so what's a good place for people to start if they want to get press and they're not going to hire a PR person and they're going to spend time not being a CEO but being a public face? Like, what do they do? Where do they go?
So there's a couple of things that you can do, and a lot of it is just sort of knowing some of the jargon. So knowing what an embargo is, knowing what an exclusive is. If you want to make a reporter really happy, offer them an exclusive. So that means that you're telling them that they're the only ones that can write about some piece of news, and it makes the reporter feel pretty special. Like you've chosen.
So when you're going through your email inbox, you see exclusive, then you're like, you jump to it a little bit.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm getting hundreds of emails a day, mostly from PR. So when I see that personal email from, you know, an entrepreneur that's read something and resonates with it and wants to offer me an exclusive, that makes me feel really special.
Do you have any other keywords? I mean, do you look for your name in the subject line? I mean, are you trying to read everything, or do you have people that help you, like a virtual assistant or anything? Or so you just